We begin this hour with breaking news from the Netherlands, where the Court of Appeals has ordered oil giant Shell to pay compensation to a group of Nigerian farmers. They accuse the company of destroying their fishing villages as a result of 3 oil spills. It's the first time a Dutch company has been held liable for actions by its foreign subsidiary. Let's go straight to Step VAESSEN. She's standing by for us in Amsterdam. And Step, the ruling then gone against Shell. What did the court say?
Exactly. It's seen here as a clear victory, according to the Friends of the Earth, the Netherlands, who actually filed this case together with 4 Nigerian farmers against Shell. The court said that the daughter company of Shell, SPDC in Nigeria, is liable for the pollution that has happened over the many years by oil pipes it's using in Nigeria, and that it also is seen that it has to pay for compensation. It's not said how much, but there will be compensation paid to these farmers. And another interesting aspect of this verdict is that the mother company, Shell, also is ordered to have its duty to clean these pipes. This is the first time that a court has actually ordered the mother company, Shell, to clean its pipes, and that it has to implement a detection system in which it will make clear if there's any leakages happening or not. This case has lasted 13 years, and the Friends of Earth Netherlands told me that there were tears of joy after this victory, as they say. There was one downside to this verdict, according to them, and that's one village hasn't been seen as failing. I mean, this one village still needs to have more information provided to the court before a verdict will be done in this case. But all the other villages that have suffered very badly from this pollution will now see some kind of compensation.
OK, Step, thanks for bringing the latest there from Amsterdam. Let's go over to AHMED IDRIS. He's following the proceedings from ABUJA. And AHMED, 13 long years this case has lasted for. How's this news going to be received by farmers in Nigeria?
It will be greeted with relief and joy. And by the way, Laura, this is not the only case in court, either in the Netherlands or in the UK, where hundreds of people have queued up to sue Shell for contaminating the Niger Delta. I spoke to an activist a short while ago. He said this is just the beginning, and a lot of analysts also believe that it will open the floodgates into so many litigations against oil production companies that have been operating in Nigeria. Some of these cases have been there for a very long time, and they were unsuccessful. Several communities were unsuccessful to try Shell in Nigerian courts. For example, in this particular case, ruled today in the Netherlands, 2 of the people who filed that case have already died. But again, activists are saying that this could lead to more litigations against Shell and other international oil companies here in Nigeria. Meanwhile, the cleanup process in the Niger Delta is progressing, but slowly in that area. Communities are worried that this could take a long time to accomplish.
Workers agitate a riverbed to flush out trapped oil in Bodo Creek. As the oil comes to the surface, a boom traps the sludge for evacuation. It's a job the contractors hired by oil giant Shell must quickly accomplish before the tide returns. The cleanup is due to litigation against the company following a massive oil spill in Ogoni in 2009.
The scope of this work is to remediate the polluted areas in Bodo Creek, and after that, the next phase will be the restoration, revegetation of the mangroves, and the monitoring. So far, it's 1,000 hectares.
While Shell and its contractors say they've done a lot at some sites, the Nigerian government-led decontamination effort jointly funded by the Shell company is off to a slow start. Heavy machinery is now deployed further inland to excavate and treat contaminated soil.
We are not on target from what we had planned, but we're trying to see what we can do to catch up. There's still a lot of work to do to catch up and meet our target.
An assessment by the United Nations Environment Programme, first published in 2011, shows that pollution from more than half a century of oil production was worse than originally thought. The report recommended a $1 billion fund to clean up Ogoni alone, an area covering 1,000 square kilometers. The work, which began 6 years later, could take at least 25 years to complete.
Much of Ogoni is a wasteland. This mangrove is dead as fish and crustaceans no longer spawn here. Farmlands, fish ponds, and even underground water supplies have been polluted by hydrocarbons leaking from old pipelines.
We could expect
Some activists in the region are less impressed with the work so far.
other communities in the Niger Delta felt that if it works for the Ogoni people, then there is hope for other communities in the Niger Delta, because the Ogoni case is just one case out of several communities in the Niger Delta. And how many years down the line we are not getting it right in Ogoni?
And that's not the only concern. Significant amount of oil theft continues in the region, further complicating the process of reversing the environmental damage. Experts believe 15 to 20,000 square kilometers more of Nigeria's oil-producing region require the attention Ogoni is currently receiving. They fear that unless the entire region is decontaminated, Ogoni's cleanup may in the end be a waste of time and resources, as recontamination could occur.
Laura, the pipelines that have been laid since the 1950s in Niger Delta to extract oil and ship it outside of Nigeria are still there. A lot of environmentalists are concerned that these pipes have gotten bad and continue to leak oil into the environment. And apart from that, this is only a fraction of the Niger Delta that we're talking about. 20 times that size, the size of Ogoni, is still not properly or environmentally assessed for the damage done to the environment by oil exploration in the Niger Delta. So it could be ages before these communities will find peace, the environment will be remediated, and the natural environment, the fishes, animals, and plants can come back to life. So we're looking at generations to come before this is done. Ogoni itself could take 25 to 30 years to clean up.